Hello, I'm Tracy Diane. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I hope you like the video. Today is a more serious conversation I'm going to have on this video. This week we've had a mass shooting in Nashville. Um, it made me wonder if we're not asking the right questions. So I was been thinking about this quite a bit. And to begin with, well, as far as I'm concerned, one is more than enough of these shootings. Uh, there shouldn't be any more of this. But they keep happening because we're not getting the message, or we're not getting behind what the reason for it. Now we could blame it on guns, we could blame it on health care or mental health or whatever, but it's clear to me that these shooters has a reason for these shootings. Unfortunately, so many times when these shootings happen, a lot of the people who are doing these shootings are usually killed before anyone could ever ask them questions. And so I know police or people who are investigating these uh, behind uh, why this is happening. They may find clues here and there, but it's possible they may not really get the full story. There's something that we're missing here. So this is where I'm coming from. There's a reason behind these shootings. Uh, the whole purpose of these mass shooting is that they're getting local and national attention. So they want our attention. And when, of course, since they're involving children, they want us to be outraged. They want us to get mad. I mean, if we're willing to march for a child's life, right to life, and for if we want to march, we want to protest, rallies for the right of a child, then I had to wonder, where's that outrage for these shootings, because they are involving children. Uh, Going back to why, there's a reason behind these shootings. Um, I know. I think if I don't know if all of them have the same message or not, but there's maybe some of them might have, or some of these shootings might be a copycat type of thing because they know they're going to get some attention. They're going to get some TV, get the name on in papers and television and that kind of thing. So there's some of those that might be doing it for that reason. But to begin with, um, when all these started to happen, I think there is uh, there's a reason. I know, like within Columbine shooting, we know there's been warnings, like in Columbine School. Like I said, there were warnings, Bef- Uh, everybody know the guys that were doing the killing knows that they were being bullied probably all throughout, uh, probably all day. I don't know how often, but they were bullied, and they want the bullying to stop. And I suppose uh, they tried to stop it long before these shootings happened. By the time they got to the point they were going to take action as uh, with these guns in schools, that was the point where they had enough. And I think it's all about they want the bullying to stop. Now, if assuming that's kind of a similar stories for all of them, they want something to stop, and we're not getting these messages. And I think it'll keep on happening until we get these messages. Uh, but these messages are being lost because of politics and because and it is horrible. Uh, I'll, I'll say that much. It's horrible that these shootings are happening at all. Nobody should ever have to go through this, being killed and losing a family member from all this. But like um, somehow violence seems to be the best way to get any of our attention. And I mean, it's not really the best, but it seems to be the only way we're going to get down to. Uh, well, that's how we get our attention. Anyone could ever get our attention is through violence. Um, and of course, they have it. I mean, apparently, or at least for me, I hear it. Uh, um, whether I have mental issues or not, well, there's always a reason behind mental illness. Some of it could be because of how things are happening at home and schools, um, how they were raised. I don't know enough about mental health, uh, but I can understand where some of it might be coming from. And of course, with all these gun violence, um, um, uh, NRI likes to use these shootings, these mass shootings, so they can sell more guns. More, and the mass media, like the news, they create these fears through their stories and keep the cycle going. And and it's not we're not hitting the right. Uh, we're not getting it. Um, anyone who's thinking about doing these mass shootings, it doesn't end well for you. Uh, there's you're not going to you will not live through it. most of the time, whoever does the shooting, they do get killed. Uh, and nobody's going to hear why they're doing this. And it's not going to fix whatever problem is. So, let's think about this. I think um, I do think it's good to have some gun laws. I mean, if you're going to own a gun, I think some ground rules about how to take care of it and be responsible if you're going to have these guns. But on the other hand, I don't think it's enough. I think if we're going to solve the gun issues, we're going to have to figure out why a person wants to use a gun. And now I can understand for those who purchase a gun to protect your family and friends, I can understand that. I mean, who wouldn't? And I think that's what the NRA is really um, uh, hoping for. They want you to buy more guns. They make money off of it, and they pay our politicians with that money, and to make sure that we're loaded with guns. But the right for the person who buys a gun for the main purpose to kill a person, where does their right end? How do we protect ourselves from that person? And and I don't think more guns is the answer, because we got more guns now. We have more guns now since 9/11 or Columbine School, and if that's the answer to our problem, then there won't be any more there won't be more shootings, but there are. 'Cause, I think because we're not, um, we're not figuring out the whole story, but why these are happening. Maybe the questions I provided, maybe that's a good place to get started to figure out why these people want to kill. And if we can figure that, maybe we'd be able to solve all the gun problems. Um, think about it for a while, and let's have peace. And yeah, bye.